Welcome back to another Q&A. I think the last time I did one of these was like 8 months ago, which I don't know why I don't do them more often, because they're like incredibly easy to film and they tend to get a lot more views than a lot of other videos that take a long time to make. Also, quick shout out to the huge bags under my eyes. Yes, dehydration. Love that for me. Also, this is Hannah from the future here. This video is going to be very long because I've been recording for 56 minutes. Also, this video is sponsored by Squarespace, so yes, wait to the end for that. Moving on to the questions. I asked if anyone had any questions, and turns out 163 people have questions. So let's try and go through them as fast as I can. I feel like me scrolling like this is like a bit of a flex. It's like, I'm so popular. Look at all of the questions I have. Oh, okay, that's the end. So a couple people have asked about why I left Instagram. Now, I didn't leave Instagram officially. I've just taken a break. I've only taken a break for like less than a week, but it feels like a really long time because I've just got so much time on my hands. I think it was around the time that my travel influencers, if they were honest, video is like, it's going viral. I mean, it's not actually going viral. It's on its way to 1 million views. But like for some people that would be a bad day on YouTube, but for me I'm like, oh my God. There's just been a lot more like attention and comments from people that don't really know me or my videos. Instagram especially, it's such a, I don't know, it just feels like a platform where people can just message you all the time and tell you, you should do this, you shouldn't do this, you can't do this, you can do this. It just felt like people were constantly telling me what I can and cannot do, what I should and shouldn't do all the time, and it just felt like there was just so much coming at me. I felt like a bitch if I couldn't reply to everyone who messaged me, and I don't know, because I've had people like completely just like berate me on Instagram because I didn't reply to their message, or you know, because I said something that wasn't satisfactory. Like it just felt like there was so much like pressure to be, I don't know, perfect. I think it's kind of crazy that like nowadays if you want to take a break from Instagram, you have to be like, attention everyone! I am taking a break from Instagram. Oh no, please, no, I don't need flowers. Oh no, I'm just a regular person just like you. But I mean, I'm definitely not trying to take away from people that legitimately, because social media, and there's been a couple of questions about this as well, social media is just so a part of our lives. Such a new thing as well that I feel like social media can increase people's rates of stress and anxiety and depression. And I think there's just so much that we're still figuring out and we're still learning about, you know, the long-term effects of these things. This person asks, what is a successful YouTuber? I definitely, when I first started, I focused on the numbers so much because I didn't feel like justified enough to be filming all the time if I'm not an actual YouTuber. Like if people would ask me what I'm filming, I'd be like, oh, I just make videos for YouTube, or I'm just doing it for fun. Like I'd always say, I'm just doing it for fun, even though I was very clearly doing it for YouTube and I wanted people to be watching my videos. I didn't feel like I could say that I'm a YouTuber. But then I hit 100,000 subscribers. That was the number that I was like, I've done it. That's it. I'm now a YouTuber. Like I felt like I was allowed to call myself a YouTuber with that subscriber base. A successful YouTuber to me is just someone who's actually making stuff that they want to make. They're not just like making clickbait stuff because they're like slaves to the algorithm and the system and that kind of thing. If you're actually making stuff that you like and you're passionate about and you're earning enough money to live comfortably, then that is success to me. And yeah, I'm very happy and I'm making enough to live, and that's that. Yeah. How long will you keep doing YouTube? Do you think you'll be creative enough at 90 to actually make videos will be good enough to find an audience, or do you think YouTube is like pro sports and has an age ceiling? So my previous job being a performer, it's not my job right now, but I am a performer, dancer, actor, singer, circus extraordinaire. No, just scratch that. But I am a performer, and that definitely has an age ceiling. Acting less so, because there's always roles for even like older people, but dancing, circus performing, you need to have a very physically able body to be able to do those things. That has a huge age ceiling. And I don't think that YouTube has that. I mean, if you want to be like relevant with the kids, then yeah, it helps to be young, because then you can relate to kids. People that are my age now, in like whatever 40, 30 years time, when we're all old, we're probably still going to be using social media because we grew up with it. So I don't want to be watching like 19-year-olds when I'm 80. I want to watch other 80-year-olds because I can relate to them. I'll probably be making videos about like, oh, the kids these days, and then I take out my dentures or something. I don't know. What is old? I don't know. But will I be doing it when I'm 90? Probably not. I don't care. Go act cool somewhere else. Are you roasting me in my own like community post? It's kind of a power move. Do you prefer baked or boiled potatoes? Is that even a question? Who in their right mind would ever choose boiled potato, like they'd boil a potato and be like, yes, this is the best way to enjoy a potato. How long did it take you, / what was the final push that made you decide full-time YouTube was a realistic endeavor? Well, it was getting to the end of my contract at Tokyo Disneyland, and my channel was picking up speed. No, it wasn't, not speed. And I was starting to get more job offers than I was able to take on, because I wasn't able to, if I wanted to take time off work from Disney, I'd have to plan it like super far ahead, I'd have to plan it super far ahead in time. I don't think that's super, I'd have to plan it really far ahead in time, in advance. Ah, jeez, really far advance, really, holy shit. You know what I mean? So I wasn't able to take on that many jobs. And then also knowing that the Olympics is coming up next year, and I was like, there's gonna be a lot of opportunity for people wanting to advertise through YouTubers around that time. That was a very deliberate decision to not continue on at Disney, just to kind of give YouTube a shot for this year. I don't know what I'll be doing afterwards. It just depends how successful I am on YouTube, how much I enjoy it, how much I miss performing, which is a lot already. What is the secret to your beauty? Rakuten, probably. No, seriously though, I started Rakuten just before I went to my trip in America. Holy crap, my skin has never been better. I literally haven't had a breakout in the longest time. I mean, my lips are peeling and bleeding every day, but at least I don't have any zits, so. What is the meaning of life? Sorry, I'm gonna get comfortable. 42. I'd love to hear how you started your journey on YouTube. So I was working at Universal Studios in Singapore. I was a singer and dancer in one of the shows there. It was in Singapore, obviously, so the travel from Singapore was really cheap. And so I started filming my trips, like making little vlogs about it. Kind of just went down the travel path really quickly because I was doing a lot of travel with Singapore. That was like 3 years ago, like a good 2 years before I ever got any money from YouTube. And the first 2 months when you're getting like 20 views a video and you're editing videos for hours and hours and no one is watching them, oh my goodness, it's a hard slog. So if you're at that stage, keep up. Keep going, because yeah, the best advice that I ever got, I mean, no one's asked me this question, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Best advice I ever got about how to stay motivated and keeping your YouTube channel thriving and consistent is, if you're making good things, people will come to watch it. That's all I kept in my head. I was like, okay, just make good content, people will come to watch. And they did, so that was good. We're going to miss your sexy body and your pleasing personality. But it's just quite funny, like there's been like a boost in my subscribers recently from my If Travel Influencers Were Honest video, and there's been a bunch of people that literally just subscribed because I showed a lot of skin, a lot of my sexy body in the video, but I don't do that very often. So if you're waiting for that, just waiting for a sexy body to appear again, you might be waiting for a long while. What kind of impact do you think social media has on kids growing up nowadays as opposed to growing up in the 90s like we did? I think one of the biggest differences is it changes the intent for a lot of people doing things, because, I mean, whether or not they're trying to do it for clout or they're trying to make their friends jealous or any of that. I mean, I'm guilty of it myself. I'll see a nice sunset and I'm like, oh wow, that's so nice. I want to take a photo so I can post it on my Instagram story. It's just like this constant feeling of needing to share everything. And I think I'll talk about this in a future video, but it changes the intent for a lot of people. It changes like the reason that people travel. Whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. It's just like the next big thing, and I think it'll be interesting to see how it changes people, how it evolves in the world. I'm trying to speak like I know what I'm talking about, but how did you become part of an agency? How's the process of finding and signing with them was like? So I'm part of an agency in Tokyo. It's called Breaker. They just sent me an email, and at first I was super skeptical because I thought they were an MCN, which is a multi-channel network, but I agreed to meet up with them, and they're totally not. They're just an agency. They only take commission from the jobs that they would get me, which is just jobs that I wouldn't hear about in the first place. They don't touch my AdSense or anything like that. They're lovely. They're super chill to work with. Are there any countries or regions you want to travel to but won't due to your own reasons / beliefs? Really good question. I would really love to go to North Korea. It's so interesting to me. Ever since I found out about it, I was like, what the hell, why is no one else talking about this place? This is insane. So I'm just so intrigued by it and I would love to go and see it. However, all of the tours that go into North Korea are funded by the government. Pretty much the tour, they're only showing you the things that they want you to see. It's like propaganda, basically. And the money just goes straight back into the government. I don't think that's a good thing. I do not want to support North Korean government in any way, but I'm super intrigued by the country, but I don't want to support it. So there was a bunch of YouTubers that recently went to Saudi Arabia because Saudi Arabia has recently opened up their doors to tourists to go and visit there. And there was a huge controversy about that. At first I was like, what's the big deal? I mean, yeah, they're getting paid for it, but that's not new. Yeah, it's not a great country, but isn't it good to know what it's like there? However, the problem with that is that they were extremely censored by the government. They had to get their script approved before they released any videos or, you know, photos or anything about it. They were deleting comments and tweets and replies, and it was just super like censored and weird, and it was kind of strange because it just felt like propaganda. You were creating a video only with the parts that they wanted you to see. And I think that that's like a huge problem, and I will probably make a video about that too. And now I'm totally seeing like, oh, okay, that is kind of problematic. But I mean, I think if I just wanted to go to Saudi Arabia by myself, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because it's the same thing as like a reporter or a journalist going overseas and reporting on the things that happen there. How do you plan out your trips in your videos? Do you plan out specific shots, pre-script, anything? So if I'm making a vlog, I will only plan the trip and just film it as I go. But if I've got like a video, like a concept video in mind, sometimes I'll come up with the idea later and figure out a way to use that footage into a concept video. But some of my, like my kimono video, all of that was pre-scripted. I wrote out the entire thing because I wanted to make sure that I addressed it properly and correctly and with enough research, and, you know, I had to figure out how to make that topic, you know, watchable, basically. We need your boyfriend's diet and workout plan. Right, he's got an entire channel for that, so go check that out, Metron Vlog. Andrew Rakotomalala, I love you. Every time you comment on something, I just like see your profile picture and you just look so happy. I just love you, you're really nice. I don't know you, but I feel like we're friends. Shout out to my video from three videos ago. What can we as your subscribers fan squad do to support your channel more? It's just the most like such a nice thing to hear. If you do want to support my channel more, I have a Patreon. That is a thing that exists. Every second or third week or so, I'll upload like a secret video that's not on YouTube. Ugly women with ugly men. Their kid's gonna be ugly for real. That's fine, as long as, wait, is that Ryan Gosling? Actually, no, I think that's Anakin Skywalker from like episode 2. Recently I made a video about when Yoshi and we went to like the main like Halloween area in Osaka, and we had a great time, and it was quite a drunk vlog, and I dressed up like Harley Quinn in a pumpkin costume. It was all very, very strange. Stuff like that is on my Patreon if you want to go support me there. That means the world that people actually pay to support me. That's just insane. It's totally crazy. But another really huge way that you can help support me is when there's a sponsorship on my videos. So like Squarespace, for example, if you do use my code, that really does help me, because I don't get money from that in any way. I don't get any commission, but it just shows Squarespace that, you know, people are receptive to my videos and they like what I'm doing. I'm more likely to then get sponsorships in the future. So yeah, that's another huge way that you can support me or any other YouTuber. Anytime you use their code, it really helps them. I remember you saying you wanted to make vlogs like Casey Neistat. Your editing is so great. What other YouTubers do you admire for their editing skills? So thank you for liking my editing. I never set out to make videos like Casey Neistat. I loved Casey Neistat obviously when I first started, like everyone did. So it kind of just naturally happened to be like Casey, because I had never made a vlog before. I didn't really know what vlogging was, so I would just copy his style. Eventually I figured out what my style is and what I really enjoy making, and you know, it changes all the time. It changed just recently. Actually, honestly, I don't really watch many vloggers or vlogs in general. I do really like Johnny Harris. He makes really interesting, because he makes videos for Vox, like little mini documentaries. I would love to do that kind of thing in the future, like either like working for a company like Vox, but you know, diving deep into little specific topics and pockets of communities and, you know, countries around the world. But I really like his style of videos and like kind of mini documentary style, and it's definitely rubbed off on me. I'm sure there's so many other people. Honestly, I just don't watch that many vlogs. I watch a lot of commentary YouTubers. My obvious favorites right here. Sometimes I just feel like I should start a commentary channel, but then I'm like, I'm not funny, so no one would watch that. Have you ever been in a dangerous situation, specifically by someone? Yes, I have. Take a shot every time I say I'll probably make a video about this in the future, and you'll be just fucked up by the end. I will probably make a video about sexual harassment, sexual assault in Japan, because it's quite a big thing. I have quite a lot of experience with that topic, unfortunately, and I think it's important to people to know about it and to talk about it and to remove the stigma from it and to have a voice and all of that. So yeah. What is the place you feel most like being at home? I would say Brisbane. I mean, I don't really I live in Logan, right? If you know anything about Queensland, I live in Logan. There's a saying called Logan Bogan, or Bogan from Logan. Don't worry, I live in the nice part of Logan though, right? It's lovely. It's a lovely area. Just walk into Woolworths and I see someone without shoes on, smoking a cigarette, yelling at their kids to shut the F up. And it just feels like home. Ooh, I like this question. Thank you for asking. What are some books, audiobooks, or music that you enjoy reading or listening to? Okay. So I was watching an interview with Daisy Ridley, because I love Daisy Ridley, and she was saying that she's in a movie with Tom Holland. It's coming out. We all know how much I love Tom Holland. So I just went down this like rabbit hole of finding out what the movie is, and then there's a novel about it, and it's a trilogy. And then I read all 3 books, and it was the best. I'm not even a reader. I don't even read much, but that book series was so good and so captivating. It was like being hooked on a really good TV show. Like I couldn't wait to go to bed because I couldn't wait to start reading my book again. It was so good. So the trilogy is called Chaos Walking, and I highly recommend it to everyone because it was such a good book and I love them both. So Chaos Walking is the answer to that question. Any unfinished ambition or a dream you're trying hard to fulfill? Yes. So before I got my job at Universal Studios Japan, I was doing quite a lot of film and television acting, and like acting has always been like one of my strongest points. And so I was doing a lot of that, really enjoying it. But then I got the job at Universal Studios Japan and I was like, this is going to be great. So I took that job and I went to Japan, fell in love with Japan, and I've been here kind of ever since. So I never got the chance to fully pursue, you know, for a long extended period of time, film and television acting. I mean, I'm going to try to pursue it as much as I can while I'm here in Japan, although the options for foreigners are quite limited. Wow! Oh no! But yeah, especially after this year, it's something that I'm really, really, really looking forward to going after. Okay, emergency. Japan has so many noises. There's just like, everything talks to you. Like they just have like this loudspeaker that's just constantly like, there's an ambulance coming, move out of the way, it's dangerous, please make room for the ambulance. It's like, we just leave the siren on and just everyone else can figure that out. You know what I mean? Anyway. Did you go to college, and what department did you go to? I did not go to college. I mean, well, okay, so in Australia, we would call college university, and I did not go to university. I went to a full-time performing arts course. It's called ED5, if there's any ED5ers out there, probably not. Basically just dance lessons from 8 until 4, Monday to Friday, 8 till 4. It was exhausting. I got a diploma after 2 years. I mean, I don't need the diploma for anything ever, really, but it taught me how to be a good dancer, how to audition for good things, how to get jobs, and I did get jobs, so it was very much worth the money. I think I've just accepted the fact that this video is going to be really long, so I'm really sorry if I didn't get around to answering your question, because there's a lot of them. Yeah, I'm exploring different options and seeing like the direction that my channel should take, if I should do like meetups and stuff. I don't know. Do people actually want to meet me? Do people even watch these videos? I don't know. You see, I see the views at the bottom, but I just don't believe it. I'm looking forward to this next year, this next chapter in my journey. But, rude. That's right, I forgot. This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace has very obviously been a sponsor on my channel many times before in the past. They're so wonderful to work with because they don't interfere with my content at all. I can make whatever video I want and just throw an ad on the end, and they're totally cool with it. Squarespace is awesome. Thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video. Yes, if you haven't heard of Squarespace, they are the website that help you make a website in a very easy and smooth and beautiful way to increase your online presence. I made my website in less than an hour, I think, and I really like the look of it. They've got a whole bunch of templates on there that are so easy to choose from. They all look very professional and very like, I don't know what the word is. If you have a travel blog, they have many different tools to help you with that. You can edit things on the go. You can schedule to post to upload at a certain time for like when you won't have Wi-Fi, for example, and many different like analytics tools to figure out who's viewing your pages and, you know, where are they from and that kind of thing. They've just got so many different kinds of websites for anyone. If you're creating any kind of online thing or a store or anything like that, Squarespace has everything that you will need. So if you want to start a free trial, you can go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and then when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/currentlyhannah for 10% off your first purchase of a domain or a website. Thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video, and thank you for watching. Yes, that is all I've got to say. I'm almost certain there was something else I had to say. Nothing, that's it. That is it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. I know I usually do something funny at the end here, but I've got nothing funny to do. Maybe I'll just end it now.